Our walls were growing mold. My landlord called it a lifestyle problem. My son kept getting sick. The doctor said it was environmental. My landlord said it was our lifestyle. We had just moved into this ground floor unit. It wasn't perfect, but it was stable, or so I thought. The first time I noticed it, it was just a faint green streak behind the couch. I wiped it off with vinegar and forgot about it. 2 weeks later, my son started coughing. Dry, shallow coughs that turned into full-body wheezing. He was only 5. I took him to urgent care. The nurse asked if we had pets, smokers, or mold at home. I said no. Then I remembered that stain. I went home, pulled the couch back again. The green was now black and spreading up the wall, across the baseboard, and behind the radiator it was wet. I called the landlord immediately. He didn't answer. I emailed photos and left a voicemail. There's mold. My son's getting sick. Please help. No response for 2 days. On day 3, I finally got a reply. It's likely condensation from your appliances. Try cracking a window. My son's cough turned into chest pain. He started wheezing in his sleep. I took a damp cloth from behind the heater and sealed it in a plastic bag. The pediatrician took one look and said, "Get him out of that apartment." She wrote a note, suspected toxic mold exposure. I forwarded that to the landlord. His reply? "This isn't a structural issue. It's how you're choosing to live." He blamed us. He said mold wasn't his responsibility unless the building was leaking. But I had photos of warped drywall and soggy insulation. I reached out to the local tenants board. The mold wasn't just behind the couch. It was in the bedroom walls, under the paint, behind the closet, and worst of all, under the laminate floor, where my son used to play with his toy trains. The inspector told me, this entire unit should have been condemned 6 months ago. He issued an emergency violation. That night, we packed up and stayed at my sister's place. We left behind our couch, our rug, and half my son's toys. They were contaminated. 2 days later, I showed up at the landlord's office with the inspection report. He was still defensive. No one else complained, he said. "You must have done something wrong." I didn't argue. I just placed the doctor's note, the health report, and the violation order on his desk. Then I pulled out my phone. I had already filed a claim for damages and contacted the city health department. They were sending letters to all his tenants. My son's still recovering. He needs an inhaler now twice a day. He doesn't understand why we had to throw away his toys. He just says, "Mommy, I miss the train wall." There's no train wall anymore, just a landlord who said the mold was our fault, and a boy learning how to breathe again. Have you ever been blamed for something that wasn't your fault? Leave one below.